So let's look at the cross-referencing. This cross-referencing are actually three types. Statically, we can write it when you are writing a document, you statically mention them that this particular thing is mentioned in chapter 2. You go and you read this kind of statically mentioning this chapter in your document, that is called static cross-referencing. And then it comes semi-dynamic. In semi-dynamic, what happened? Uh, your number, that is chapter 2 or chapter 5 or chapter 7 or figure 1, figure 2, figure 5. Here, the number, whatever you are mentioning, that is dynamic. But the type of the information you want to present, that is not dynamic, that is static. That means whether it is a chapter 1 or it is a figure 1 or it is a table 1, that you have to mention, but that one you don't have to mention, that will be allocated dynamically. So that's why it is called semi-dynamic. And fully dynamic is a way of managing this kind of cross-referencing, where the type of content and the number both will be allocated dynamically. That whether it is a figure, whether it is a table, whether it is a chapter or section, that will be managed dynamically along with the numbers. So, like for example, let's look at the static in detail. That figure 4 or table 2 or section 3, etc. Whenever you are writing statically in your document. And sometimes if any changes happen, then you have to change this number. Say for example, before figure 4, you insert another figure. Okay, so that new figure will be now figure 4, and the old figure 4 will be figure 5. So after when you do any modification, this figure 4, the change of figure 4 to figure 5, you have to do it manually. And in this case, you don't need any extra packages. You just need to memorize the things to handle it carefully. And no need to use any command. When you learn that LaTeX way of handling bibliography or cross-referencing, then you will see different commands and different packages are available for this semi-dynamic nature of cross-referencing or bibliography. So the disadvantage is require extra care. You have to track that what images or what kind of table you have inserted where, and after that how many tables are there, before that how many tables are there, what will be the exact number you need to give that to that new table or to that new figure, and what will be the next numbering for that particular items. If you insert a figure in between an article, then you have to change all the numbering after that. If you insert a table, you have to change all the numbering of that table after that. So that handling that is very important, because if you miss somewhere, another thing I miss it, that when you change the numbers of the table, you also have to change that particular number in the running text in your article, whatever you are writing. Like before, which was referencing figure 4, now it is referencing figure 5. So that inline text change, and that is very cumbersome, you can say, or very difficult to manage when you have a large document. When you are writing a book, when you are writing a large article, then this kind of change is very tricky. So you have to handle it very carefully, else it gives a different meaning after if you miss something. So high risk in case of modification, as I said, require frequent follow-up, because every time you insert a image or any kind of numbering or any kind of element or any kind of facts inside the article, you have to look forward that is there any kind of modification needed to the already written content. Automatic hyperreferencing is not possible because this is a very static in nature. Then it comes to semi-dynamic. Semi-dynamic, as I said, that this kind of things, that figure 12.5, this 12.5 number is dynamically allocated, but this figure type of the content is not dynamically allocated. It is very much static in nature. If it is a figure, then you have to write C figure. If it is a table, you have to write C table. But the number of that particular table, number of that particular figure will be allocated automatically. Semi in the sense, as I said, that page, section, figures, you have to write it. And when you write a document, in LaTeX, you will, or in Word also, in Microsoft Office, then there are techniques available to do this semi-dynamic cross-referencing and semi-dynamic bibliography management. If we talk about LaTeX, then there are page ref commands are available. Okay, for small document, it is sufficient to use this kind of semi-referencing, or automatic hyper-referencing is possible using this hyperref package. There are many packages are also available for a particular command. So some commands are automatically, you can use it directly if you have standard version of that particular software is installed. But in specific cases, if you use specific command, then some specific packages are need to be import or include into your document. The same technique we use for bibliography management, but with different commands, with different packages. Okay, so the idea is same, but the package and the command for different cross-referencing or bibliography management are different. Now, just I want to give you a hint. If you don't know LaTeX, so don't get scared about this code and whatever I will show you. Just I want to give you semi-dynamic example. I want to show you a semi-dynamic example, how it is handled, or how it looks like if you will handle the semi-dynamic nature of cross-referencing and bibliography management in using LaTeX. So let's open this link. So if you look at this document, you will see some packages are I have imported here, I have used here for handling. So for handling cross-referencing or bibliography management. And for bibliography management, you will see that at the end of the document, or at the beginning of the document, you have to write this kind of text. So if you look at this kind of code, or this kind of command will be used for importing or using bibliography for bibliography handling. Now, if you look at the text, if you see, there are a lot of tables, lot of figures are there, and this list of tables, whenever you insert any list of tables in this list of figure and in this list of table, this list will get automatically updated. The page number will get automatically updated. You don't need to manage it manually. How you can do that? If you look at this code, there is that table of content, list of figure, list of table commands are available. By using this, you can do it. Now, if you look at the writing, say for example, here figure 1.1 is something like this one, okay, and there are other figures are also available here, and how you can use in your document. Say, as I said, that ref command is used for cross-referencing, and there is a cite command which is used for bibliography management. So a ref command, here I have used fig trend, so which is a figure name, or which is a level of the figure, which is mentioned when you include it in the level or include into your document. But see, if you just write this ref and this one, you don't have to write anything else. If you include any other figure, say for example, you want to include it again here, okay, just for example, as a table, okay. So although it is written as fig trend, it will be as a table 1, and this will be as a figure 1, figure 2. If you add any figure before this, it will be figure 2. If you add a figure after this, it will be figure 2. The new figure will be figure 2. Okay, so by this way, but here you see this table, I have to write it manually. This figure, I have to write it manually. Okay, that's why it is called semi-referencing. way of cross management, cross referencing or bibliography management. Now coming to the next part that I have already said, but here when you do this kind of cross referencing and bibliography management, specifically in case of cross referencing, this part different prefix for identifying these identifiers later on. What are these identifiers? Identifiers are this. This is the name of the particular image or particular figure, and this is the prefix of that particular identifier, which identifies that this is a figure and this is the name of the figure. Better when you do this kind of writing, don't use any kind of space or separator. Better to use capital letter, small letter, or any other naming convention you can follow. But I would suggest you to use this kind of prefixes to include in your document to identify that particular identifier, that this belongs to the part, this belongs to the equation, this belongs to the figure, like this. Okay, so and there are almost for all kind of elements which you can include or you can use in your article, you can have this kind of prefix. Okay, if it is not available in this list, you can make your own prefix. These are not fixed, you can have your own prefix also.